Tram collision in downtown Tampere rare causes service disruptions. Vuosaari port tunnel in Helsinki to close for nearly a year for repairs. Metsä Fibre's Kemi pulp mill inaugurated after challenging first year. Länsirata railway cost-sharing negotiations between cities and state continue. On Tuesday evening, a collision between two trams occurred at the intersection of Hartenpää and Harman-Kartu streets in downtown Tampere. According to Mr. Vuosaari Rauharlar, the operations manager at VR, no one was injured in the accident. One of the trams was able to leave the scene, but the other suffered more significant damage, particularly to its body and doors. Images from the scene showed that one of the trams had derailed, forcing workers to separate the wheels from the body to facilitate easier movement. The accident caused a disruption in tram services in the area, especially between Tuuli and Koskipuisto. Bus services were deployed on alternative routes, passing through Rautar Tr Kartu, Vuolten Kartu, and Hartenpään Valtar Tr to serve passengers. The investigation and cleanup are expected to take several more hours. The Vuosaari port tunnel in Helsinki will be closed for nearly a year for repairs. Annually, almost 1 million trucks use the tunnel, meaning its closure will lead to major changes in traffic organization. The tunnel is scheduled to close by late spring or early summer next year. During the repairs, the tunnel safety systems, including lighting and ventilation, will be fully upgraded. Truck traffic will be redirected to an alternative route, and local schools and kindergartens along this path have been notified about the increased truck volume. Improvement work on the alternative route began in October, aiming to ensure smooth traffic. The 1.5 kilometers Vuosaari tunnel was completed in 2007 and has been in operation for 17 years. The repair project is estimated to cost around 30 million euros, and the closure will last 11 months. Metsä Fibre's new pulp mill in Kemi was officially inaugurated after a year of challenging operations. With an investment of over 2 billion euros, this is the largest project in Finland's wood industry history and also the largest wood processing plant in the Northern Hemisphere. Although the plant started production last year, a maintenance explosion during the winter disrupted operations for 3 months. The plant resumed operations in the summer, with total damages from the explosion estimated at around 100 million euros. Despite initial difficulties, the plant is now running smoothly and is expected to reach full production by the end of the year. The mill produces 2.5% of the country's electricity output and can provide additional capacity to the national grid. Additionally, the plant is developing new wood and textile fiber products, promising future expansion. Negotiations about sharing the construction costs for the Länsirata railway between Turku and Helsinki have yet to reach an agreement. The parties, including the cities of Turku, Sarlo, Espoo, Lohjaare, Vt, and Kirkkonummi, were not satisfied with the preliminary agreement in the summer, which split the €800 million cost equally between the state and the cities. Currently, the cities are seeking to reduce their financial burden. Negotiations will continue this fall, with the goal of reaching a final decision by the end of the year. Representatives from the cities agree that the railway project is essential for improving transportation connections. However, specific financial contributions from each city have yet to be determined. The cities will also need to prepare for utilizing loan funds to execute the project if the agreement is finalized. Early yesterday morning, a person was killed in an incident involving police in Kiuruvesi, Finland. The situation began on Tuesday night, before 8 p.m., when police received a call about a private home in the town. A man, approximately 40 years old, fired shots from inside the house. Police responded quickly, supported by additional units, local fire services, and the military. When the house was searched, police discovered the man had died. No other suspects are involved, and police did not use weapons in the incident. No civilians were harmed. The area was cordoned off by police, and by 5 a.m., the area had been cleared. The investigation is ongoing, and more information is expected to be released today. Recently, several members of the Finnish parliament have spoken out about the heavy workload and tense working environment in parliament. They shared that workdays often extend into the night, sometimes without even time for lunch. The working environment has been described as lacking trust and sometimes becoming hostile. Many members feel exhausted due to the pressure from social media, where debates often turn heated. Representatives like Pilar Kito Huovinen and Petri Honkonen describe the political atmosphere as a battlefield, where arguments extend beyond issues to personal attacks. Many members have stated that managing their enormous workloads has taken a toll on their health and mental well-being. Finnish police are currently investigating over 100 suspicious drone flights detected near critical areas of the country. Robin Länsirata, head of the Finnish Central Criminal Police (KRP), said that police have received more than 100 reports of suspicious drone flights, with some cases undergoing preliminary investigation. These incidents began to attract attention after the conflict in Ukraine erupted. Reports of drone sightings are frequent, with approximately 2 to 3 detections per week. The areas where drones have appeared are often in no-fly zones or near important national facilities. However, at this point, police have not determined whether any state actors are involved in these incidents. Länsirata noted that some cases could involve traveling criminals rather than state actors. Nevertheless, incidents involving drones in sensitive areas are being closely monitored, and police continue to cooperate with security agencies to ensure national safety. A woman jogging in broad daylight was attacked in Jyväskylä's Vuosaari area. According to the police, a man dressed in black suddenly approached her and knocked her down. The attacker fled immediately when the victim fought back and screamed. Fortunately, the woman was not seriously injured. The police conducted a search but have not yet apprehended the suspect. The incident is being investigated as an assault, and the police are urging the public to provide any additional information about the attacker via email. The drug use and trafficking situation in Haaparanda and Tornio is becoming increasingly serious, with more and more teenagers getting involved. One of the main reasons is the rise in drug smuggling across the Swedish-Finnish border. Philip Grundström, 19, said, "Everyone is using it," and expressed concern about how many of his friends have become addicted to drugs. Before the pandemic, this issue was nearly non-existent, but in the past few years, the situation has changed significantly. Police report that drug smuggling from Sweden into Finland through Haaparanda is increasing, including marijuana, cocaine, and other opiates. Alarmingly, criminal organizations running these operations also involve minors as young as 12 or 13, making the situation even more worrying. On October 22, 2024, the Rovaniemi court resumed hearings in the human trafficking case involving Tarmar Company and Thai berry pickers. The workers allege they were forced to work under harsh conditions for low pay, with one worker picking up to 3,500 kilograms of berries but only receiving €115. The workers claimed they were not allowed to read contracts signed in Thailand and had no right to ask questions. Living conditions in the berry picking camps were terrible, with inadequate food, and they were forced to eat cold meals in the forest. Tarmar and its Thai partner have denied all accusations. The trial is expected to continue until March. Helsinki is planning to build new apartments in the Vuosaari coastal area, north of Larnsirata, expected to provide housing for about 500 to 750 residents. The city council has approved a preliminary agreement to sell the plot to the project company NSF versus Finnish 10 for over €32 million. According to Tuomas Harkarlar, the project manager for Larnsirata, construction could begin in the fall of 2026. The plot will be developed into both rental and owned apartments, with up to half of the area reserved for rental units. Additionally, commercial spaces will be built. The location is near the coastline, with projects like floating houses and a seaside swimming pool in the south and a marina in the north. This project is part of the larger Larnsirata plan, which aims to provide housing for over 30,000 residents by the end of 2040.